you, I assume everyone in the comments has fucking done their research and shit, but when you really listen to Eminem, it sounds. I always used to say like it sounds like you downloaded his vocals with the beat.
Mm.
Like there was no other flow or tone or pocket that as it was as tailor made to the beat as what he was doing. It sounded so he sounded like a hi hat.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like but then the melody and the tone behind it was so intentionally perfect. It was just like robotic, but it was insane. It was so nuts to me.
You
And
ever
I
heard you ever heard Infinite?
hell yeah, what? If see, but like Infinite to me was that's when I listened to what Eminem said about it, right? When he was like, Infinite was me trying to sound like AZ, and then I stopped giving a fuck, and that's when people started giving a fuck. I always resonated with that too. Just the element of like, soon as I stopped giving a fuck, that's when y'all started giving a fuck.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn, is that what it takes for you to just completely be like, that's got to be strange to be like, fuck y'all, and that's when the whole world is like, I love you. It's like what?
It's
It's
the
when I
exact.
say
I think it's the exact same thing that I was kind of like explaining when I was talking about just the zone that I be trying to get into when I'm creating. It's that exact same thing. It's just you're not chasing it no more
how
because
much do you think? How much do you think liquor plays a role in not thinking in the studio?
I mean, shit, liquor play. When I used to drink, liquor would allow me to think anything. I mean, whatever, however I
Or
needed to
not
say it.
think at all.
Yeah, I would just think shit was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be like, um, it allows you to let go of your inhibitions. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a real jaded picture of what's going on.
It really does. It really does. You know what I noticed with that? I noticed that with myself early on. I all high school I didn't smoke, didn't drink till like senior year of high school, and it was only in the studio. And I was like, early on, obviously when you're 18, 19, you're drinking, you're smoking, like, and it's lit. Da da da. We're in the studio, and I started to realize early on, that I was like, I can't let this be a crutch because I'm gonna be insecure and not even think that I'm really that ill. It's the tequila, it's the gin, it's the this. And so I was like, I need to be able to do this sober. So I would do it sober, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? If I can control this is fun. If the only if the only time I'm drinking is in the studio and it's within its limits, then it's a wrap. But it's like it's really interesting how sometimes it's so difficult though. If liquor can get you to walk over to that unknown version of yourself that may yield all these crazy fruits and flowers and whoa, what is this? And if you can reel yourself back in and be like, yeah, okay, I went over to that side, I gained that knowledge, and I'm coming back sober and realizing that I do have that in me. That shit just gave me a little kick in the ass. But I mean, that's easier said than done. But I always just kind of think about that. You know what I mean?
Who you know that can do that?
Me.
Yeah, you unicorn.
Me. That's like,
The first person who has ever figured out liquor.
yeah. I mean, I've kind of surprisingly been good at that. I don't know. Like, I've been good at that. I've been good at like, you know what? When I want to drink, I'll drink, and then that's it, and it's a wrap.
You can drink responsibly,
Yeah, I can. Surprisingly,
drive
I
and shit.
I say surprisingly because I like having a good time, and I like kind of just sometimes in life I don't know, you know, I push people's buttons. I'll be joking. Da, da, da. So, you know, I'm surprised that with that I kind of know my limits, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I can be in the studio, drink, go access the information, wake up tomorrow sober, hear what I did, and be like, cool, that was some nut shit I did last night that maybe was largely due to the tequila. But now that I'm sober and I heard that, that is me on the mic. I'm gonna just do that right now sober. Because then it's like it's retracing my steps almost.
Mm.
And it's almost using it in the like now anyone in the comments, I'm not advocating this, but which is tough because the whole do as I say, not as I do
This is
is
your this is your way. This is how you get, this is
yeah,
how you
but it's
get into
like
the.
I've been good at kind of the first time I smoked weed was in the studio. First time so it's like I've been good at kind of smoking weed or drinking, exploring these new random ass ideas of creativity, coming back and being like, oh, that's still me. I just had a little kick in the ass, but I believe in myself. I'm ill. I'll do that right now. And then I retrace it and then I add that to the repertoire.
So
You
you
know
so
what I
you'll
mean?
like the idea, you just wouldn't like the way it was executed.
Sometimes I love how it was executed and the idea, but I do like the escapism element of it.
You like the way you feel when you're creating that
I
idea.
like the getting out of my head, and I wrote a book called "It's On Your Head," and I like getting out of my head. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I like now. Let me give a disclaimer and a context for everyone. When I was younger, I was drinking way more, but it was only in the studio. But now it's like I'm sitting in my house, I'm by myself, it's 9 a.m. I'm not down there drinking. You know what I mean? I'm not down there drinking and like I gotta wake up with the liquor. Because like I said, I've done enough of that in the studio and heard enough of the results back where I've cracked certain codes on okay, I've been over the hill, I've seen how this works. Let me come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m and just retrace the steps and just like I said, add these things to my repertoire. So I don't feel like I need to necessarily wake up at 9 a.m. and drink in the studio to make a song because it's like I know what I need to do. I heard it from last night. You know what I
You
mean?
prefer to work in the morning?
Um, I always say this. I prefer to work when I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wake up at 9 p.m. though.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I wake up, I like to go into the studio because this is what I'm doing with my life. Why would I give what I'm doing with my life my 10% battery charge? If I wake up at 8 a.m. but don't go into the studio till 9 p.m., why am I giving my life, the shit that takes care of everyone in my family, why am I giving that thing the bottom of the barrel energy? I can't. That's almost that's insane. That doesn't make any sense. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's interesting to see people punch the clock, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's so many people come in here and like they think they can like they want to they everybody want to do something special, but everybody think that they can figure out a little quick like way to do it, like an escape, like I gotta go. I'm gonna go in for 5 hours. I'm gonna go in for 5 hours. I'm gonna put like a time limit on it. I'm gonna create something special within this amount of time, and hopefully I can control lightning in a bottle in that period of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, bro,
I can't do that. I can't put the window on it.
you
I've never
can't.
been good at that.
It's a
I've never
it's a,
been good at that.
it's a lifestyle. It's a
Yeah,
lifestyle.
and it's like shit suffers outside of it because it's one of those things where it's tough. If I make the decision that music is my life and it's kind of above all, I saw some, I forget who was talking about it, but it's like, oh, if you put work over family, you're selfish. It's like, not really. If you want to get down to the business and economics of it, if I put work over my family, but my work takes care of my family, how selfish am I for putting work over my family? Because if my work takes care of my family and if my work allows me to have quality family time, then how selfish is it that when I'm tired as fuck, but I know this person needs the feature by this date or whatever the fuck it is, I choose to go into the studio. But by me doing that, the result is that my whole family is more taken care of. Is it selfish to put work over family? I don't know. I don't know if I can
I
subscribe
think
to that.
that's a loaded one. That's like
Yeah,
you know what I learned, man? It's like during this journey, we all got to figure out how to find the balance, right? It's
yeah,
it's difficult. It's a difficult thing. It's difficult to balance families. Difficult to prioritize. But we got to figure out what we need to do to be in the best position mentally. Whatever that is
yeah,
that's gonna make you
yeah,
happy. Whatever it is that's gonna give you peace of mind is what's gonna give your family the best version of you. So if it requires you to come in the studio first in order to have peace of mind and to feel like you're whole or things not hanging
Yeah,
over your head, and then they're gonna get the best version of you, then technically it's not putting it before your family. It's prioritizing your happiness.
I
You know
agree.
what
Right, right. But see now, but if your happiness is putting the work first in that moment, then it can come off like you're putting the work over the family. But I agree with what you're saying. What you're really saying is I'm putting my mental health and my happiness over everything.
Yeah, you know another thing I learned, bro, is like you got a wife or a girl.
I gotta go. Yeah,
Okay, that's an important one. That's an important decision.
absolutely.
Who that person is gonna be makes or break everything.
Hmm.
So what I did was in the beginning, I got into the game. Me and my girl was together since high school. I got into the game and I went my own direction.
Wow, what? That's incredible. The
Yeah,
fuck?
I went my own direction, and
Hmm.
she was at home. So naturally, we grew apart. So what happens when you do that? You split yourself up into two people. So you go subscribe to the music business, and then when you come home, you're the home person with her, right? So basically, now she doesn't feel like she's a part of it,
Right.
and you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that. So if it's like if you're finding peace of mind, and as long as she feels like she's a part of your journey, and the communication is there, and she doesn't feel like you're putting the studio first, then nothing matters, bro. Nothing matters. It's about just finding whatever the sweet spot is. We can never subscribe to traditional. Traditional would never work for us. You know what I mean? Like just the standard things, like the social construct
Yeah. Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
place. We can't live within the confines of that. Like I can't be on a time. You know what I mean? Like
At all.
I can't say, yo, man, I'm gonna go to sleep at 9, man, because that's what you're supposed to do. Because you got to get up in the morning, you got to lift weights. No, I go to sleep when I'm sleepy. I eat when I eat. I record when I'm feeling like recording. I don't just do shit.
No, you
Everything
have to move off your gut and intuition, and that's what got us here. So
mm,
that element can't be questioned ever.
we
Also,
we we
why
abandon
are
that.
people saying Eminem is in here? Eminem is on IG like that?
No,
That's what I'm saying. This is impossible. So
we abandon that intuition. We
I
abandon that because we allow motherfuckers to get into our heads and question ourselves because they got words to weaponize against us, like
yeah,
arrogant, hard to
yeah.
work with. Um,
But what do you think about so when you're like, okay, you need the balance of making people around you feel like they're a part of it. I feel like what's so bad about having different sort of I don't know the word for it, but it's a balance. It's sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'm that, sometimes I'm that. They're all different parts of me, but for you to assume you're a part of this, that's arrogance, in my opinion. It's like,
well, it's like this. I look at it just like this. If you were doing something else, if you had a job interview, is your wife laying out your clothes?
I would hope not. I don't know. I would absolutely hope not.
So if you got a job interview. Is she laying out your clothes? Is she making
I
your
don't know.
bed?
I'm not even in that life. I don't know. Is that what is expected? I don't know.
Well, you are in that life because whatever,
Nah,
whatever,
but not deep to that
whatever
point.
that,
But
whatever the equal is to that, whatever way that she can show you support.
I'm saying with your career though, with let's just speak super specifically with being an artist. If if they're not super involved and aware and enmeshed into like the artistry and I'm thinking about this and I'm writing these type of songs, I feel like that's kind of okay because that part of me, while it's still me, it's over there. And and with you, it's over here. Now, that's not fake because they're all different parts. It's just all different parts of me. And I feel like the balance of not trying to fucking make everything you know what I mean, have to get along with each other is nice for me right now. That could change, but I feel like it's nice to kind of keep it. Listen,
Separate.
yeah, as opposed to feeling the pressure of everyone needs to feel involved with every aspect of everything. And I fucking wear myself out mentally and overextend myself when I feel like everyone around me needs to know every aspect of. It's like, you know
Yeah,
what?
I don't think that works. I don't
Yeah,
think
it doesn't.
I
Yeah.
don't think that works. How I do my shit is, I got my studio because I got to get outside of my house in order to be able to work. Because my daughter's.
See now, real quick, I heard about. See, I have the studio in my house, and I remember watching a Wayne thing, and I remember watching numerous things where they said the studio can't be in your house because you need to still get up and go there. And
Depending on who you are,
so for you, you need to you need to go to the studio.
I got to go to the studio. If for two
Yeah.
reasons. One reason is my daughters don't respect me. They don't do what I tell them to do. So it's like they be like, leave daddy alone so I can work. They be like, no. So that's one thing. The other thing is I like to be by myself. I like to be by myself, and when I'm working, I like to be able to, if I need to get out of here, be able to go somewhere else and unplug from everything. So that's kind of like how I try to set my home up. So like I could get really good sleep in my house. And
Yeah.
I don't get that good of phone service on my celly. I don't really answer the phone when I'm home.
Damn, so
I have
you made it so like you can't even be distracted to do that in the house.
yeah. I mean, it's a balance for me. You know, it's a balance for
That's
me.
so I'm not there yet. I'm scared as fuck of not having access 24/7. Maybe it's because it's how I always was doing music. I personally need to always have 24/7 access to the studio.
Mhm.
I need to because I'll wake up at. There's been so many songs of mine that I've made, like some of my biggest songs. I rolled out of bed at 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's a crazy idea," and I went downstairs and I did it.
Mhm.
You know, I gotta have that for me. I gotta have that, but I also understand, and I can see the element of driving and going to the studio, even when it was only at my friend's house. There was something really special and kind of like uh, a subconscious thing when you know you're kind of only going, not only going somewhere to make a song, but it's like when that's kind of in the back of your head, like I'm here to do something, you usually end up doing it.
Mhm.
If it's in your house, it's pretty comfortable. You might sit on your phone for a second and bullshit, but it's like I don't know when you're going somewhere with a motive. Motive is everything, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I just come in here, bro. Hit
So
play.
what? So you're at the studio right now,
Mhm.
but this is in Detroit. It's close
Mhm.
to your house, but you left your house.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fire.
yeah. So I like
I like that too. I like that too. I feel like I should have that in Atlanta. I should like build a studio where it's just it makes no money, but I just go
it makes money, man.
there. Yeah,
It's,
no, I'm sure but I'm so obnoxious with shit, bro. Like I don't want no one using my shit because that was the thing that deterred me from using studios. Is
mhm.
I'm real I feel like I'm real receptive
Territorial,
of
territorial.
no, well, maybe so, but I'm real receptive of like energies and kind of the feeling of a room. And I remember walking into a lot of studios and just it just felt used, felt like a
Oh yeah,
used car.
that's a no go.
And so that's what I'm saying. So like, if I had a studio that was outside of my house, it just I don't know. It would be tough for me because why I say it would make no money because it'd be like I don't want anyone in it. I only want my energy in there. You know, it's tough. That's why I like it in my house.
Yeah, you describing my studio. I don't let nobody use mine.
See, so there you go.
But it's
Oh,
like
it makes money because you're in there making songs that make money. I get it. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't thinking about that.
Well, when you said because I said it would make no money, you were like, nah, it makes money.
It makes money, bro.
There you go. Whatever.
Listen, man.
Whatever.
Listen. All you got to do is be intentional about whatever you're doing, and money will just be with you. That's how that works.
I agree. I
I don't
agree.
I don't chase nothing. Anything I ever tried to chase has ran from me. Anything, money, relationships, Ideas, when I just chill and let it happen and make sure that I'm always in the space and I'm always intentional. Oh, intent, creative intent.
Yeah.
You have to mean well.
But that see, but what you were just saying, that's the law of detachment, man. That shit is so powerful. It really is. And people don't understand that. People don't know how to detach while still having the desire. They feel like, well, if I detach, if I don't want money, then I'm not gonna get money. No one says you don't want money. It's the detachment from it. And what that's what you're saying, which is so powerful, bro.
I love
It,
how people use deductive reasoning when it comes to shit like that. It's like just because I'm saying I'm not chasing money, it doesn't mean I don't like money. Just
no,
because
it just
I'm not,
yeah, it just
yeah,
means you relinquish your attachment to the idea that this is what I'm setting my focus on. I'm chasing after it. If you genuinely feel like you already have money and you're waiting for the universe to catch up, it's a whole different energy.
yeah, it's the wrong thing for you to be thinking about in this space.
Hmm.
It's a distraction. You know
I
what I mean?
agree, bro.
Like, it's just like when people go, "Oh shit, he not on the radio, so he must not be able to make radio songs," or like what I'm saying. They cancel out the other thing. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of what they see or what they think. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
everybody everybody that's getting money ain't chasing money.
I feel like the ones who are getting real money are never chasing money.
You can't, man.
I think I have a line somewhere on a song about uh some now it's chasing me, getting so much money that it's chasing me. It feels like it's chasing me because I remember reading Napoleon Hill and it talks about when you detach and when you just kind of like, you know, all the positive affirmations and the manifestations, all those things, the money will catch up to the point that it starts coming in abundance and it will really start feeling like it's coming from all these different angles and avenues. And you're like, what the fuck? This is maybe more than I deserve. It feels like it's chasing you, you know?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
but the sad thing is, which I'm sure everyone can relate with if they've ever seen some money, sometimes the appetite comes with the meal.
Of course,
And you didn't think you were doing it for money, but then you get money and you're like, oh,
I like
this can bring some okay. You're like, wait a second.
I
And
can.
so you thought you were hungry, but you weren't really hungry. You ate and you were like, I'm starving. And it's fucked.
We hear all the horror stories about the music business, man. So it's like we come into the space just afraid of things. You know what I mean? So we worry about all of the ills of the industry and even money. You know what I mean? But it's like
Yeah.
if you come into this motherfucker with peace of mind and you find happiness, then the money ain't so bad. It's all right to like money.
Yeah.
You know what I
All,
mean?
all in, I feel like as long as something doesn't control you, then you're fine. I feel like that's really it. As long as you're constantly connected to your own core, pure truth, then it's fine. Do everything in moderation. Splurge, ball out, spend money, do whatever, smoke weed, cool. But as long as shit doesn't control you to the point that it's fucking up your relationships, it has you missing opportunity, it's fucking up, all these other things. It's like now you're letting it control you and now you're losing to yourself, then it's a problem. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, we usually the last ones to know that type of shit. Somebody usually got to nudge us and be like, "Hey, yo, you fucking up." You be like, "Word." This whole time I've been melting down in front